Now working on the back half of the tractor. Don't really know what condition it's in. It's definitely dirty, definitely rusty. The engine runs real well, so I'm not going to mess with that other than maybe the sheet metal. Maybe clean it, drain the oil. I haven't drained the oil in it yet. Change that. But that's where it is. I haven't checked the clutches to see if they're to spec. Probably the only issue I have that I've noticed with maybe the clutches is I remember being in fourth. I think I put it in fourth high, and I was trying to go and it wouldn't go. So I don't know if that's hopefully that's just a clutch adjustment issue, but we'll see once I get into it. But the plan is now to take the tires off, take the rear shroud off, and clean it and paint it. All right, got it jacked up and got the tires off. Yes, I am using Harbor Freight Pittsburgh recalled jacks, but I plan on putting something else underneath it just to keep it up. But I've used them for a while. I'm kind of familiar with their Achilles heel, so to speak, and this is not a car, so I'll take the risk, I guess. It's kind of funny, the bolts on this side were pretty rusted up, but on the other side they come out pretty easy. These are kind of difficult, which is kind of weird. I don't understand why one side is more than the other, but to get a closer look, it's definitely a little rusty under here, so I'm gonna be doing some definitely scraping down and some priming and painting, I guess, at some point. All right, got the rear fender off, rear cover, whatever you want to call it. Thank God the bolts, they're 9/16 bolts, but the nut on the other side is welded to the frame. That made it so much easier. I was dreading trying to, thinking about this, like, having to put it back on and align everything and try to get those two parts together would be a big pain in the ass. So as you can tell, this is pretty nasty. This is what I'm trying to get rid of right here. This type of nastiness. So, well, don't know when the last time this was serviced. I'm guessing not any time recently. So I'm gonna go into the go find a service manual and do a little service on it. Like probably see what the transmission needs for oil, change oil in the engine. No plans on taking these transmission apart. From my understanding, these things are, you need to be trained to do these. These are not something that's easy. Well, not trained, but know your way around it and have some good guidance on it. And I'm not about to, right now it's behaving, so there's no need to crack it open. So let me start taking a look at it, and I'll start draining oil and stuff. Got all the shielding off the engine. Basically what I was looking to see is this what condition is this blower in, and it's in rough condition. So there's missing stuff, there's missing fins, broken fins. It's cracked, so gotta get a new one of those. Actually, it's funny, the pieces I found them like they're blown into the engine. Did have a couple boo-boos taking them off. Obviously the head ones are tough, so I was able to get one out on this side, that one cracked, and then both of these cracked on this side, so I gotta drill those out. That'll be fun. But we'll, it's going along. It's not bad, so I have no intentions of taking the head gaskets off. or the heads off. That's just, but yeah, no reason to do that. It's running well, no reason to mess with it. So plan is just to, you know, clean it up, paint, change the oil, which it came out was pretty dark, paint all the shields, and then slap it back together. To drill it out and then tap it. It's a quarter 20 anyway. Those lovely Harbor Freight titanium ones. Apparently it's not sharp enough. I must have dulled it on another job. Not really that good. Switching drill bits to my better set that my father-in-law gave me a while ago. Gave me a bunch of them, so let's try this one. Tapped out, so that's fixed, so we'll have to go fix the other ones. Drilled out these other two holes, just drilled them out and tapped them. That one came out fine. This one, because the drill bit couldn't get close to it without taking off the manifold, it walked a little bit, and then so it's tapped now, but it's a little screwy. But the one thing I noticed was this bolt right here and all this oil. So I just happened to okay, maybe that bolt right there is just a little loose. So I tightened it and it tightened, and then I'm like, well, that moved pretty easy. So I checked some of these other ones and they all broke easy, I should say, broke and loosened up. So I said, well, we just take a quick look at well, if I can get them all loose, then hey, then that's fine. You know, my concern was trying to take them off and snapping a bolt in the head, which I would be extraordinarily pissed about. So they all broke, and they all broke free, and they're all coming out. So let me just take out this last one. They all came out. You know, these are all coming out. So we'll take a look at what it looks like. So what I'll do is I'll have to buy a new head gasket and drop in some new head gaskets. Like I said, no intention of redoing the engine. The engine runs well, so I misplaced my socket, so we find that. Oop, dropped all the nuts. Oh well. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. A little bit of soot, but overall, not bad. So what I'll do is I'll just wire brush it up, and that's it. I'll put it back on. So we'll just have to I'll get a new head gasket first though before I put, you know, now that I have it off. But everything looks good. Let's cycle this a little bit. You can see maybe someone previously honed it. You can see the crosshatch on there pretty good. but yeah, everything works. Everything works well. So yeah, there's not a lot of soot in there, which is good. That means just it's not burning a lot of oil. Cool, excellent. So let me just get this back to where it should be. Let's push it on the other side. Yeah, there we go. So let me just brush that up, and what I'll do is I'll just throw this gasket on for now, and then order some new gaskets. Not wire brushed it, or wire brushed it in, like, you know, a 3M pad, scouring pad. Just cleaned it up, everything. You know, the piston seems good. Everything seems clean, so I cleaned up the head. So I'll just have to order new gaskets. Hopefully the other side comes off just as easy, and then new bolts. So I'll just replace these grade 8 1.5 inch 5/16 bolts. So through the other head, there's one bolt that was a little difficult, but I got it out without issue. The head, everything looks just as good as the other side. No excessive fouling or anything like that. So I basically just wire brushed everything up, cleaned it. So replace head gaskets and all the head bolts.